So, hello everyone. Good morning or good afternoon or maybe good evening. Welcome to my class, which is about health and wellness. So I'm really glad, I'm really happy to see you guys here. And in this course, we'll be specifically talking about the two aspects or dimensions in health and wellness, which is about the intellectual or brain health and growth. And also the second one will be the financial dimensions or, some kind of like a financial plannings and managing expenses. For your information, so this is a pre-recorded sessions, which means that you can access this video anytime, anywhere that's convenient for you. So take your time, pause when you need to reflect, or you can replay it again, which part that you would like to understand better. And throughout these courses, we'll be discussing some key concepts about this intellectual and financial health and wellness. And then we will be also talking about the lifestyle choices and self-care strategies that can hopefully help you to achieve your overall health, your overall wellness. And not only in your, personal life, but hopefully in the future, your professional practice. So get comfortable, open your mind, and then let's just begin this journey towards better health and wellness together. So, first of all, I'll probably need to explain a little bit about the concept of what is health and what is wellness. So, according to my research, and we can also see through this screen that health principally is a holistic state where someone or an individual can complete a physical, mental, and also social well-being. So while health is mostly cover about the physical, mental, and social well-being, wellness is about us being active, and it's also talking about the ongoing process of making choices that can us as an individual have a choices to lead to a state of a balance and optimal well-being. And then when we're talking about health, it's also, a state of being, while wellness is the journey to achieve and to maintain the state through your healthy behaviors and also what kind of lifestyles you choose, and also how do we manage among various components in our life. Theoretically, there are 8 dimensions of health and wellness, which is, emotional, physical, social, occupational or jobs, financial or money, and then also in our environmental dimensions, spiritual, which is pretty much related to the religions, and also intellectual. So those kind of things, 8 points, is part of the dimensions of wellness. But for the purpose of our meeting today, of our lectures today, I'll be only focusing on 2 aspects or 2 dimensions, which is intellectual and also financial wellness. Right. Now, moving forward, I'll probably need to explain a while what is the concept of intellectual wellness. So, guys, if you're talking about the intellectual wellness, it's actually theoretically it is about the active engagement with your own mind, whether you want to, expand your knowledge. And also, it is also about how you develop your critical thinking as a person. And then it's also about how do you usually find solutions when you encounter daily living problems. It also involves a lifelong curiosity, us as a human, and also our willingness to always learn something new. find new ideas and then develop our skill through, some activities that we like, such as reading and, gaming, such as, solving puzzles, and then even having some stimulating discussions with our friends, peers, advisors, mentors, and so on. So the state of cognitive health will lead us to some kind of like a personal growth, personal fulfillments, and even a better understanding of the general concept of the world. So live learning, it's about also curiosity, and also our creativity, and then how do we expand our knowledge and skills, and then be always, staying open to new ideas and experience, that kind of things that will definitely, improve our intellectual wellness. So before we go further, I would like you guys to probably take a look and see this quick self-assessment, such as you can ask yourself, for instance, in your current state, are you open to the new ideas, or are you against to a new ideas, for example? And do you read for your self-improvement? Do you currently stay in your vocations? Do you look at it? Do you look it up? Do you also sometimes or like to accept a challenge for your, improvement? Do you also have a hobbies? What kind of hobbies is that? And do you share what you know to people, or do you keep it for yourself? And last one, do you even have a goals? Whatever goals is it? Do you even have like a life goals or a study goals or learning goals and something like that? So why the intellectual wellness is beneficial for us as an individual, So first of all, when we have an intellectual wellness, it will definitely improve our critical thinking, the way our thinking, and then also the way we make decisions. So in everyday lives, usually we will be encountered with lots of problem that is, probably related to our life as a students, or maybe life as as a child when we back to our family. So when we have an intellectual wellness, that will definitely help you to make a critical decisions. And then also it will definitely increase your creativity, and then how do you solve your problem? And then that will also improve your confidence and then your adaptability when it comes to finding some, changing situations in your life. And then when you have an intellectual wellness, it will support your professional as well, your professional success, and then it will improve your emotional stability, and then that will heighten your problem solving skills, and then it will also help you to rise the sense of your curiosity, and then it will help you to increase your job performance. Mm, so and another thing is, when you also have good intellectual wellness, that will help you to improve your self-confidence, and there will be always some kind of like feeling or desire to learn about, what the world means to you, or what the world surround you. And here we will also learn about the dimensions of intellectual growth. So the first dimensions will be curiosity. So curiosity will always be the baseline when someone wants to be always, intellectually growing. Things that we would like to always ask about yourself is whether we want to ask questions and exploring new ideas, probably. And you'll always be critical. So critical thinking is also part of the dimensions when you want to be intellectually growing. So you always like to analyze things and evaluating things. And of course, yeah, there are some kind of like a creativity here. The way you expressing your thoughts, your unique ideas, um, and you are not usually, afraid of being different. And then, yeah, always be open-minded. So this open-mindedness will always be one of the reasons why you can grow intellectually. When you open your mind, trying to accept the diversity, the other idea from the other friends, for example. So those kinds of things will definitely help you to grow intellectually. And then also, yeah, the lifelong learning, some kind of like a curiosity that always people usually have when they want to be, growing. Um, some tips from me that you can probably, do or perform in your daily life in order for you to um, grow um, intellectually. First of all, it's all about what you put in your mouth. So make sure you want to eat, or you should eat, some or many greens, veggies, fruits or meats that has omega 3s like fish or something like that. And then make sure that you exercise regularly, because that could help you to or your body to increase the blood flow to your brain. And then stay mentally active. Do not put yourself into stress. And even if you have a stress, you can manage it. And then make sure that you have enough sleep. Do not stay late for too long. And, for 1 week, for example, that will definitely damage your brain. And then you also need to manage your health conditions. So, for example, you know that you have hypertension, for example. So you probably need here some kind of like a self-management. Or you need to, make an appointment to see the doctors regularly or something like that. And then healthy diet and lifestyle is also part of the habits that you can develop to get, brain health. And then avoid avoid smoking and limit alcohol consumptions. Yeah. So if you can do that, that will be better. No smoking, and then no drinking alcohol. And then, yeah, healthy diet and lifestyles as well. Um, Maintain a healthy weight, because if you increase weight, for example, due to, uncontrolled eating, for example, or lack of exercise, that could also be potentially, could damage your brain, or your body for in general. And then, yeah, the next one is stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water throughout the day. Do not forget about that. If you can always bring a water bottle, and you can always fill your bottle. And then stay socially active. Look for friends. Get some break from your, how to say that, from your student's life. Go exercise, go outside, and then go for hiking, for example. And then join a community, for example, if you can. And then keep up with friends and families. So don't forget, you can also talk to your families, talk to your friends, it's always nice to have that circles for you to support you during your university time. And then it's also good to be socially connected because it has been proven that it will be linked to your better mental health and also brain health. So yeah, exercise regularly. So stress management is also part of the tips that I can give it to you in order for you to, for your brain to be healthy, to stay healthy. And then what activities that can stimulate your brain? Simply, if you like to read, you can go to the library, for example, or to some cafes here in the city, read books or articles regularly. That's good for your brain. And then you can also play some games, for example, puzzles, and that's also good for your brain. And then if you want to, you can also learn some new languages or some new skills. Playing sports, for example, that also good for your stimulating your brain. And then if you have times and if you want to, you can also attend lectures, webinars, or even workshops. Here we can also see what is the barriers or potential barriers for you to be, intellectually growing. Let's see psychological and emotional barrier. For example, there's some kind of like always feeling fear of a failure. So that will prevent you to try new things. And then imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome means that you cannot tell to yourself that you can do it, even though you can do it. Or there is always a feeling doubt from yourself that tells you constantly that you cannot do that, but actually you can do that. That's the simple definitions of imposter syndrome. And then intellectual arrogance is some of the things that can potentially prevent you to be intellectually growing. um, Resistance to change also. So it's very clear here. Some people really against to a change and they like to keep it in a way it used to be. And then you always have some kind of like an anxiety feeling to perform. And then the feeling of fatigue and burnout, that will also be one of the things that could potentially prevent you to be intellectually growing. And now is the cognitive barriers. Some people with closest mindedness, and also lack of motivations will be some of the factors that can cannot help you to be growing intellectually again and again. And then some of the external barriers, for example, access to the educations, financial problems, and no time and resources to be for you to learn. And then also some social and cultural barriers for you to some things that prevent you to be intellectually growing. And some of the things that can help you to overcoming these barriers, for example, you can schedule your regular learning time, or you can join a study group or professional forums. You can limit your social media distractions, because that is clearly can always distract you from doing another things. So, and please stay organized, set a schedule, and avoid multitasking, because some people can perform these multitasking, but some do. So you definitely know better about yourself. And then one of the tips as well is you can definitely set a realistic learning goals. So guys, that is my first chapter for this health and wellness, which is an intellectual, wellness. And now I am going to talking about the second dimension, second themes, which is about the financial wellness. So theoretically or principally, financial wellness is the state of being able to meet the current and ongoing financial obligations. There's some kind of like a feeling, like a security feelings about your future, and then you are able to make choices that allow you to enjoy your life. And then it also goes beyond your basic budgeting, but also it involves a combinations of financial knowledge, the money or budget preparation, and the stability in area like saving, investing, and managing your debt if you have one. So when we're talking about the financial wellness, we will be talking also about the managing your ability to manage your money responsibly, meeting the basic needs while saving for future, and then feeling secure and stress-free about the finance. Why actually this financial wellness matters for you? So there are some reasons, to be honest. The first one could be if you have a good financial wellness, it can definitely improve your mental and physical health. Because theoretically, if you achieve a financial wellness, that will reduce your stress and will allow you to focus on the healthier lifestyle. Second of all, if you have a good financial wellness, it will automatically reduce your financial stress. So when you feel in control about your financial situations, you can alleviate the stress and anxiety associated with money, for example, bills, debt, or even job loss in the future if that things happen. And then it will protect you from the financial shocks. So sometimes emergency things happen and you need an emergency fund. And if you have a good financial habit, that will definitely protect you from, things that could or might be happen in the future, such as medical emergencies or, you lose your job. And then enhance the relationship, of course. If money is not everything, definitely, in this life, but if the money issue is one of the causes that give you some kind of like a conflict in your relationship, so the answer will be financial wellness. So if you have a good financial situations that could help you secure or help you to reduce this kind of problem, and then it will lead you to get a stronger and more supportive relationships. And the next one will be if you have a good financial conditions, a greater financial freedom and opportunity will be in the front of you, which means that if you have a financial wellness, you can pursue a personal goal, like, if you want to buy a house, or if you want to traveling to certain countries, or if you want to starting a business without, even need to be worried about your financial situation. You are able to purchase whatever you want to buy. Give me a second. And the next one will be, if you have a good financial situations, that will help you to make a smart financial decisions. What I mean is that if you have a good financial situations, it will literally help you to make a better and informed decisions about, things like budgeting, how you manage your loan, and how you invest your money. And then that will lead to improve your financial outcomes. And then, of course, the last one is if you have a good financial situations, that will help you to secure your future retirement, which means that proactive financial planning and saving can ensure people to live a comfortable retirement so you guys can enjoy your senior years without even worrying about your money or financial situations. So, the next point that I'm going to deliver is that how do we need to understand about financial habits? So things that we can understand in order for us or for you to be comfortably living financially. First one will be, that will be good if you can identify your spending patterns. Let's say this month you get a money transfer money or money transfer from your parents. Let's say 1,000 Malaysian ringgit. So the way you spending your money will be good to identify the pattern. So when you know the pattern, what things you usually buy in the beginning of the month, groceries, for example, food, transportations, and stuff like that, that will help you to be, financially better. And then if you can also do that, you can also track your expenses manually by, like writing, or you can also, you can also use mobile apps banking, because if you purchase things with your online bank, for example, this bank will definitely track your expenses. So you can see from that. And then you probably need to understand and differentiate what you need and what you want. For example, if I purchase one new glasses, do you really need this or you just want it? If you really need it, then you probably buy it. But if you just want it, maybe you don't want it in the future. So you really need to understand about needs and wants, right? If you're curious about needs and wants concept, you can definitely go through Google and then, read or find some references for you to help you understand about this concept, needs and wants. And then budgetings for sure. When we know how to budget things, how to spend the money wisely, that will definitely benefit for us. And saving consistently. So as I said, if you can manage, save some of money from your parents, that will definitely a good habit for you, especially in the future. And then if you can invest something earlier, like, it doesn't have to be big things. For example, properties of land. No, it's too big for you probably. But some things that such as, like gold, for example, like small gold, you can go to a bank here and then you can invest your money on that. And then planning for the future is also one of the good financial habits that you can potentially implement in your life. One of the concepts that I would like to deliver to you is there is one we call the 50, 30, and 20. So if you want to spend your money wisely, I will recommend you to use this concept. So basically, he is stating that 50% of your monthly budget can be spend for you know um your essentials like rents, groceries, or even utilities. And another 30% is for your non-essentials things like, dining out, go to cinemas, or, buy some new clothes, for example. And then 20% is for your savings. So these, you know, some kind of like a framework, you can use it for your references. And as our students, some tips that you probably or potentially do for you to save money is, try to cook from home or from your, you know, um, um, college, college kediaman or dormitory, instead of eating out. And then, if you are students, you can also get some kind of like a benefit, to get some discounts, whether from shops around here, sorry, or maybe, even from public transportations. And then, sharing house or carpool are probably one of the tips that I can give it to you in order for you to save more money. And then try to avoid, impulsive online purchases, because it's addicting and that it's trapping. So try to not use, many, purchase things in TikTok, for example, or in Shopee. So I think that's all for me. Thank you guys for, joining my class. I hope you can, at least learn something from these courses. And if you guys have any questions or something that is probably not too clear, you can definitely email me or, WhatsApp me. Yeah, I think that's all. Thank you very much. And I'll see you again around. Thank you.